lack of human resources, I'm talking about India, but it is true. People who are educated don't want to go to rural India. But this kind of a mechanism can connect the doctors to the patient and to caregivers. Using smartphones and smart app with growing bandwidth provides tremendous opportunities for us. We all can, again, it's always going to improve, keep on improving. We may not have the roads to the villages, but we have bandwidth to the villages. And of course, ACL, according to me, and again, we need to explore a little bit more. ACL and HFRI should explore NIH, HFRI, and Gates Foundation grants that we can, because everybody is looking for population. And in India, we have population. We have people that can be the research study kind of a population. And of course, we all are looking for outcomes, and we can get outcomes by this kind of software. All right, this is it for me. Thank you very much for listening. Any questions, any ideas, anything like that? Sure.
A couple of questions. You really don't have the bandwidth that you're describing in the villages. And even if you have, they can't afford it. For example, in the smartphones and all those things.
Right.
So that always creates a problem because we run the Sevak project. And in rural villages, we have one village in every district of Gujarat. We have given them netbooks from IIT Bombay. And they're not connected to the internet because of this problem.
Right.
Even the Sevaks have a problem connecting their semi-smartphones.
Right, you're absolutely right. It may not be there today, maybe. So, according to me, the 3G networks are really getting rolled out pretty fast. According to the cost, I'm not saying each patient will have an iPhone or an Android phone or any kind of phone, but each Sevika probably should be offered. Along with that's what I'm saying. Sunil's Pico projector and a smartphone are the tools needed for Sevikas to maybe provide help to 20 other patients.
I didn't hear one thing in your presentation, because I'm a firm believer now after being and doing this project for last 5-6 years. We never talk about how to make the government institutions in existence more efficient. For example, every 7 villages has one PHC, which is probably not well run. And then for 7 PHCs, there is one CHC.
Community Health Center.
Yes, Community Health Center. If we can all the NGOs from United States, with their influence through politicians and things like that, make those institutions more efficient. For example, ACL, for example.
Right.
ACL is a very good example. ACL wants to do healthcare in rural India. The best thing to do is partner with that PHC. It's not very difficult. Put some resources in there of your own. Because I'm looking at a program now on how to do cervical and breast cancer screening using PHC. I think I like your idea, but this can also be put in PHC, and it would work right there.
Right, absolutely.
Because they're connected to the villages. We don't have to create new things, but how to make the existing ones more efficient and complement the things that the government has.
Right, you're absolutely right. I'm more from a technologist perspective. I really don't have the connections to that level or anything like that. So these are the ideas exactly we want to flow.
Shashi has.
Oh, perfect. That's what this presentation is for Madam.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or anything like that?
Yeah, I just want to echo your comment. I completely agree. In fact, I think some of the state governments, especially in southern India, are increasingly progressive minded. Health ministries are looking at what does the primary health center of the future look like, and they just have not been, I would think, been exposed to this sort of vision that what technology, like while India is the digital hub of the world in some ways, but when it comes to healthcare, we're not leveraging that core competency. So I completely echo your point that if there's ways in which through NGOs and through the influence, through the advocacy that we can have through organizations like this, just start with a few states. So we recently at Johns Hopkins we had a communication with government of Telangana. I mean, they are thinking about what does the primary health center of the future look like. They're investing heavily into telemedicine, but it is, you know, not yet visionary in that sense from my perspective. It's like, okay, if we can have an EHR and if patient's history can be seen by a doctor, but that's more of the same. But how do we bring things like these and other technologies where I think that idea and that vision needs to be seated, and I think the intent is there increasingly. I would not say maybe in all states right now, but increasingly. And if you have some success stories in a couple of states, you see that healthy competition that is now becoming the mainstay.
I'll give you one example that we had, and this was a personal experience. Because the Sevaks refer patients to PHC for hypertension and diabetes, there was no medicine there. So the patients would go to private doctor, get 1 week's worth of medicine, which is not right either. These are very expensive medicine. This is another area altogether. When we deal with the doctors in India and the way they practice is kind of mind-boggling. But let's not get there. So with this, and since Narendra Modi had given me the initial permission, went back to it. Said, you know, Sevak project is doing fine, but I have this problem. There's no blood pressure diabetes pills in PHCs. In 6 to 9 months, all the PHCs started getting blood pressure and the diabetes medicine. The point is, if we leverage our connections, I think we can make these PHCs better. For example, insulin, below the age of 23, is supposed to be free for poor people. But it's never available even in CHC, because it doesn't come from the top. So we need all the political clout that we have as NRIs to help the Indians in India.
All right. Can I just pause you on that? And I got a quick emergency announcement before we get a car towed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you parked underneath the building and drive an older Mercedes with Virginia tags, you need to move your car right now or they will tow you.
Let's get back in motion. Sorry about that.
Okay, all right. Any other questions? Otherwise, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we are booked for South Jersey program.
Okay.
Just like this, we will be doing a program in South Jersey and we are booked.
Okay.
You have to come and help us out. Right?
Absolutely.
I would love to see you. I have an invitation here.
Shashi?
Yes.
So, can I get,
भाई देख लेना
everyone, I think we'll take a few minutes, just stretch a little bit. We have,
High stretching
I
come
think,
back too.
do a little physical stretch and a little mental stretch with all the information. I'm going to go ahead and, while everybody's doing that, I'm just going to kind of go over, we've had some shifting in the agenda because of people coming, certain people were able to speak and some people did not make it. So just to give you a quick brief overview, we're going to have Dr. Acharya coming up, and then Vish Verma is going to be going after that, and then we're going to close. Actually, I have a very special keynote speaker today for you guys. I'm going to hold it as a surprise. I'm going to have him come up and we'll have him introduced. But it's actually, to get to this person is first of all very difficult. And he managed to make time for us today. And not only did he make time for us, he actually changed his schedule around to be here. So we have a real privilege with our keynote speaker. So let's take about 1 minute, and then I need everybody to get back in their seats and get the program started again. Can I get everybody to get back in their seats? And we can get started again, please. Are we good with our emergency?
I think so.
Okay.
I quit. Can you get everybody in and seated, please?
All right.
More important, we have to make half, and we can correspond more.
Okay, so we'll just start
But no, digitalization is not being done. We will see that go step by step because we are together even in the evening.
Yes.
So we'll see how much.
Then we can get everybody in here? Okay.
As much as possible because if we give more money, they can hire more cars and more security cars. And I told Mukul, hire more doctors. We are willing to. They want only 70,000 rupees. So 70,000 rupees for us.
No, we all have to give them by 30
If we
months.
don't give money, an idea,
Motivation, more in theories than anything else.
Exactly. Now I'm retiring next month. So I'm full-time volunteer work. So we can work together and we can make some people from API towards us. Because API changes every year, so it's little hard. But we are stable. We are going to stay what we are doing.
You know, they also change every year, but they don't behave like we behave today.
In API, it's so difficult. I taught yoga for 15 years. I could not make people calm. In the beginning, 70 to 100.
We the people were